liberty and justice for all.
Call the roll.
Ms. Clodfelter?
Here.
Ms. Nyworth?
Here.
Ms. Fabrega?
Here.
Ms. McBride?
Here.
Mr. Rice?
Here.
Colonel Baird?
Any special guests this evening?
Yes, we have Pat Henry.
Hey.
Would you two come up and introduce your guests and talk about your school?
Sure. I'm Lana Welch. I'm the K-2 head principal at Pat Henry this year.
And I'm Amy Wilcox. I'm the intermediate 3 through 5 principal. In just a minute, we have our showcase group that is going to perform. We're going to go through and talk about our school and just talk a little bit about some of the things that our students have accomplished this year. So we're going to do that prior to them performing. We're missing a few of our students. I think the weather is playing a little part of that. Some parents reached out to us and they had some weather concerns. But these guys are going to do a phenomenal job.
Fantastic.
So we'll talk just a little bit about Pat Henry. And so, there we go.
So at Pat Henry, we have 514 students, 44 certified staff members, and 38 support staff members. One of the things that we really love at Pat Henry is our JAG Life. JAG stands for Just Achieve Greatness, and we call it JAG Life. And so we talk about having pride, watching your attitude, making wise choices, and being safe. And this is our expectations for every day at Pat Henry.
And so at the beginning of the year, when we met with Mr. Heim, we were charged to kind of set some goals for our building. And one of the goals that we really wanted to work on was establishing and creating a culture of celebration. And so that's what we want to talk about tonight. And so we're going to talk about the things that we've done in the building. So one of the things that we've done is just set a growth mindset for our students. You may not be where you want to be, but we've got to grow every day. And so we've done that by recognizing Student of the Month and Principal Pal. And so a lot of that, some of that's based on academics, some of it's based on our character. We've also recognized students who have made growth on their STAR, each progress monitoring that we do. And then through our JAG program, we offer golden tickets. So if a student is displaying the PAWS, the pride, attitude, wise choices, and safety, they have an opportunity to get a golden ticket from anybody in the building. And those golden tickets transfer to money. And we have a partnership, and that money is spent at the end of the month at our JAG store. And so there is some incentive to display their best, and they do get to cash that money in. So we've established a bank for them. Some other things that we've done this year, the district has 2 programs, Exact Path and Lexia, that are primarily for our students that target academic growth. And so it's intervention as well as acceleration. And so we have done parties to celebrate our students who, as a class, have received 500 trophies. They get an ice cream party. 800 trophies. These students have all gotten 800 trophies. They get a pizza party. And then next week we're taking 4 classes bowling. They've got 1,500 trophies a class. So that is pretty great. Pretty great for our students. It also transfers into skills and knowledge mastered. And so they can't get a trophy unless they are showing at least 70%, and we want them to show 80% accuracy. And then with our Lexia, our students are required to get at least 12 units a week. Most of them are getting 16 units a week. We've had, I think, 8 students that have already completed their Lexia program, and that's for our EL students and our students that are served through special education.
So we also celebrate our students that completed the Battle of the Books this year. Pat Henry is back-to-back champions this year across elementary for the Battle of the Books, so congratulations. We also,
we celebrate competition through our Lego robotics. So this year, our robotics team, led by Miss Chestnut and Miss Price, led our students with Lego robotics. And this was the first time we competed against some middle schools, lots of middle school kids, but we had a lot of success. And so
they had
an
a lot of
opportunity to do that and to show some growth in that area. You can go to the next slide. We also had some students that competed in the Future Chef competition. So Sophie and Amaya were participants in the Future Chef competition, and that was in February. Well, it was in February during the virtual day. And so we celebrate some competition in that area as well.
We also celebrated in the cardboard cup race. You can see our wonderful boat. Look how hard they worked on that boat. If there was a trophy for the boat that sank the quickest, Pat Henry, we would have gotten first place because it sunk probably within a 30 seconds maybe. So, but they did work so hard on building that boat. So
They prototyped it, tested it on their own.
And then-
it was pretty successful when they tested it, but sometimes we have to try again.
Yeah.
Edison tried many times to
But they
get
came
that light
in-
bulb going.
They came into a clap-in
Yeah.
with the whole school, and they were sure proud of themselves, and we were proud of them. So we also celebrated excellence this year with our Teacher of the Year finalists. Miss Mary Kennemore was a finalist for Teacher of the Year. She is our K through 2 ED teacher, emotionally disturbance teacher, and we were very, very proud of her for being a nominee this year.
We celebrated partnerships. We have a partnership with the Stanley Bruce Davis Foundation. In December, we were able to give 132 bicycles away to students who had perfect attendance. So perfect attendance and not more than one tardy. And that was true perfect attendance and not more than one tardy. And so this foundation has done that for a couple of years. We had a 25% increase from last year to this year. And then we will celebrate again. We have a little dip, a little drop off, but we'll celebrate again next month with a different prize. But we've got about 70 students
70.
that we're honoring for the second semester. So that just goes to show that we're trying to build that work ethic for those kids and let them know that if they're not in school, then they're missing out on more than just bicycles, but the academics as well.
That's right.
That foundation also helped us do a reading challenge this year. So that was a challenge that was based basically at home. And it's kind of like for those of us who might be a little bit older, when you got to go home and read and you got the pizza coupons and those types of things. I might be aging
Or the
myself just a
Brahms
little bit.
coupons for reading so many books.
But the foundation, provided our teachers with some gift certificates as well for helping to manage that. But then they provided gifts for our students who completed those reading challenges each week, and that was a 6-week reading challenge.
We also celebrate partnerships through the Lawton Public School Foundation. We were able to get 3 grants this year totaling almost $4,000. And we also collected $547 with the Change Challenge this year. So we are very proud of that money.
We celebrate partnerships through our PTA. Pat Henry has a very strong PTA. And this year, one of the things that we did on a stormy night, kind of like tonight.
In November.
In November was, we had bingo night. Our PTA sells snacks, but they also provide our students and staff with some financing throughout the year to do special events.
We also did a food drive this year. That was part of Student Council's Give Back program. They collected there are 15 or more full boxes of food for the food pantry this year. And we also do the Lawton Fire Department's Fire Prevention Week, and all of our young children got to go out and watch the firemen spray their hoses and get dressed up and teach about fire prevention.
The last thing we do is we try to celebrate some fun within our buildings, just like everyone else. We want kids to know that you can have fun while you learn, and this is just some snapshots of some of the things that we have done throughout the year in our building to celebrate our students, to have fun during the Christmas holidays, during a variety of dress-up days and our back-to-school days. So just this is nothing that's new to you. We're going to read that to you, but academic success is important, but so is success socially and emotionally. And so we've tried to highlight some different areas that we have had success in at Pat Henry this year for our students to gain skills so that they can be productive citizens. And so we are all about the JAG life. So that's Pat Henry. And I'm going to turn this over to our
Miss Brennan.
Miss Brennan and Mr.
Mr.
Fortson. And just let you know, we're gonna cut the lights.
It's gonna get dark.
Just prep yourselves, we're gonna cut the lights for the presentation.
Don't go to sleep.
Katie, you said you're gonna be first room? No, we're gonna do our next room. So,
And if you need a reminder, I'm right here.
is that for us or them? Yeah. Okay, spread out, spread out.
We got two TVs today.
Turn them on.
So our group is normally a group of 16, but you're the ones who were able to make it tonight. We're grateful, and we're just have fun, guys. Ready?
Still a work in progress.
Sorry.
There you go, guys.
Great job.
Anybody else?
Oh, that's it. Governor, welcome to leave.
Thank you, guys. That was so awesome. Thank you so much. And parents, you don't have to stay for the rest of the meeting. You're welcome to leave. Yeah, you're more than welcome to stay, but kiddos, you can go home.
Go beat the
Mass
storm.
Exodus.
Go beat the storm, huh?
Another one. I don't know how much more my backyard is.
Seabird,
Yeah.
gavel.
Hey, yeah. Yeah. Good idea. I have a lightsaber somewhere. All right. Get them out the door there. All right, Mr. Superintendent, you have a report for us?
On our report today, as you see, there just, we really don't have anything but, announcements. We did present the administrative assignments to you on that sheet, so you know, and so that would become record for people to see. Also in the superintendent announcements, obviously, The weather's a little bit scary and the rain.
How's our buildings?
And right now, really good. We had a little bit of damage at Pioneer Park. The rest seem to be pretty good. We're pretty happy with that right now. Also, the podcast, again, I try to remind you to watch that when we have it. Today, we had on 4 students who are graduating on May 9th with their associate's degree. So they will walk across the stage for Cameron before they walk across the stage for Lawton Public Schools. We're very excited about that. And one of the questions I asked them was, what did they spend? And they all said it was free. They didn't spend any money at all. So that's, one of the challenges we've had as a district, and you guys put forth that we do that. Big time of the year to make sure everybody's watching their calendars and keeping up with what's going on, because there's a lot of springtime activities, and I know soccer's headed to the playoffs at some sites, and baseball and different things are wrapping up. So make sure regional track, golf, tennis, and things like that going on. So please watch our calendar, and hopefully we do a great job of following all of that.
Yeah, for sure. And we did have a great Grease performance. We really need to thank Charlotte Oates and all the kids and the district talent that we have. It was an awesome production of Grease. So, any consent agenda concerns? Anything to be pulled out?
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Okay, call the roll.
Ms. Cloud-Coulter?
Yes.
Ms. Nyworth?
Yes.
Ms. Fabrega?
Yes.
Ms. McBride? Mr. Rice?
Yes.
All right, anything executive session needed
No,
tonight?
ma'am.
Let's go to 8 and 9.
11.
All right, 11. Superintendent's personnel report. Anybody?
I have to make a motion, we approve the superintendent's personnel report.
Second.
All right, call the roll.
Ms. Cloud-Coulter?
Yes.
Ms. Nyworth?
Yes.
Ms. Fabrega?
Yes.
Ms. McBride? Yes. Mr. Rice?
Yes.
Okay, any new business to come before the board at this time? Our next regular meeting is Monday, May the 12th at 5 here in the auditorium. Do we need to, you want to change that meeting date right now,
Yeah, we're looking
sir?
at changing, if everybody's good with the June 23rd meeting to the 30th, because that would put it right at the last day of the fiscal year, so we can close out and start the new fiscal year with that one meeting, if no one has a problem with that.
Everybody okay with that?
I'm all right with
All
it.
So
righty.
we will report that to Skylar will report that to the court clerk tomorrow, and we'll get that done.
All right, any board announcements? Anything coming up that the board would like to tell us about? All right, I guess we'll adjourn.